What's going on, everybody? This is Cooking with Kevin. Come in a little closer so they can hear. But we're going to do some garlic Parmesan wings today. So the first step, we already got everything prepped. So I'm not going to tell you everything we use, but we use a blend of cornstarch and something else. It's not flour, but it's something else. So we do a blend of that for the coating. We got our wings all dried out, ready to go. And we're going to start with 1 stick of butter. Now the key to this is not overcooking your butter because it will separate. You don't want it to separate. You want it to be creamy. Come here. I'll show you. I'm going to put it on there for now, and I'm going to melt it and show you exactly how it should be. So let's give us a couple minutes. So I forgot to tell you, we are going to season our flour mixture. Well, not flour, but it's cornstarch and a secret ingredient. I'm not going to tell you what it is. So pepper is always good. Don't be afraid to season your mixture up. Next, we got this magic poultry seasoning. I'm gonna dig in here and mix this up a little bit. Like I said, don't be shy. Don't be shy. Next, we got this. This is some new stuff I got. I like it. I like Lowry seasoned salt, and this is pretty good. Total seasoning. Put some of that in there. Much as you want. We're just going to do that. And that's all the seasoning we're going to do, because we're going to make a really good sauce for this. That's it. So mix that up really good, and we'll be back with the next step. All right, so we're melting the butter under very, very low heat. And you don't want it to separate. You want it like that. See how it's creamy? Kind of break the chunks up. And just you can just let that sit there probably until we're ready to go. And that'll probably melt. Like that. So I'll show you when it's done how you want it. All right, so you want to turn the heat off. Just let it sit. And you don't want it too hot, so we're going to take it off that burner because that burner's hot. That's going to melt. That's going to be exactly how we want it. And then we're going to add the rest of our ingredients. So let's start that now. All right, so we're going to add some pepper. I use pepper in everything pretty much. And don't be shy. Look at that. Get that down in there. Look at that pepper. Next, we're going to use minced garlic. Fresh garlic's better, but we're going the fast way. Throw a scoop in there, however much you want. Because after that, we're still going to add some garlic powder. Not too much, but just a little bit. Mix that up. There you go. That's how you want it. You want it creamy like that. So it still has the color. It's not separating. And then after that, we're going with the Parmesan. Now we got the higher quality one. There was the Publix brand and this. So we went with this. This was like chunkier and seemed better. So we're going to go with that. What you want to do? I'm going to pour some of that in there. That's pretty much the consistency you want right now. We might make it a little bit more thicker. As it sits, it'll be thicker. You know, let's add a little bit more. But as it sits, it's going to thicken up. And you don't want it too thick. You want it just like that. And you know what? That's how it should look. And you're just going to put that to the side off the heat and let that sit until the wings are done. Yeah, and I'll show you. I'll come back and I'll show you after it thickens up a little bit. Right, we're back. So we're gonna start breading these bad boys. So we let these sit out a little bit. You shouldn't let them sit out room temperature, but we didn't leave them sit out that long. So what you wanna do, throw them in your mixture here. I'm gonna coat these bad boys up, just like that. And we're gonna come over here and drop them in our fryer. Make sure you beat that extra dust off. Six, 7, and 8. All right. And our fryer is set on 354. And we're gonna drop this until they're crispy. I'll show you what they're supposed to look like when they're done. Drop them right now. Let that fry up. So as we got these wings in going, I'm gonna show you the sauce, how it's thickening up a little bit. But if you want it thicker, you can add more of the cheese and that'll thicken it up, but this is how you want it. You don't want it too thick. You don't want it too thick and you don't want it too runny. All right, so let's take a look, see where our wings are at. They've only been in like 5 or 6 minutes. So that's how we're looking so far. So if your wings are looking like that, then you're on the right track. Let's put them back in and we'll be back. All right, our wings are floating. Doesn't always mean they're ready because I leave mine in an extra like 5 minutes. No, an extra few minutes. You want them to be crispy. That's how they're gonna look. When they're done, letting things drip. And we're about to coat these in the sauce. All right, so we just took our sauce off. We're ready to mix it in. This is the consistency you want. That's perfect. Look at that. You see that? That's how you want your sauce to be. So then what we're gonna do, take our wings, we're gonna dump them in here. As you can see, these are really crispy, really crispy. We're not gonna break them. We're gonna dump all this sauce in. And usually I would have fresh parsley mixed in with this. I don't have none, so that's it. I'm not gonna use it. Mix it up. It sat a little too long, so once it cools off, you might have to stir it by hand. Make sure you get all that coated in there. And that's it. Now we're gonna plate these up, and we'll bring you a presentation when we get back. And this is gonna be our presentation. We're gonna sprinkle a little more on top, just a little bit. I put some parsley on there, dried parsley, not fresh. But this is the wings, and these things are amazing. I promise you. Watch this. Absolutely delicious.